Hello, callers, and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We are going to begin with Raphinha, who in a recent interview talks about some interesting topics. He spoke about Xavi, Dembele, Gavi, La Liga title race, preferred position, and many more. We are going to be discussing on Raphinha's interview as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about this new transfer target, we started talking about him yesterday, who plays in South America by name Fabricio Diaz. As it has been reported that FC Barcelona continue to face competition for the player, especially from La Liga clubs like Villarreal, Girona, for the Uruguayan midfielder. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. As Barcelona take on Athletic Club in a crucial La Liga tie this weekend, Raphinha sat down with Catalonia Radio, offering his thoughts on the club's season so far. The attacker praised Barca for doing well this season despite the setbacks in Europe. He said, "There is a lot of excitement. In the last two games, we haven't been so good, but we are having a very good season," he said on Cat Radio. "I see a lot of enthusiasm in the dressing room. We know we have to improve. These two games gave us a hard time at the end, but we got the win." Raphinha is referring to recent games against Almeria and Valencia, where the club had to dig to get 3 points. It was the same case even against Real Madrid, when Barca had to rely on Eder Militao's own goal to secure a 1-goal advantage. He said, "Against Valencia, we played badly, one half and well the other. We know that, but the important thing is that we got the 3 points," Raphinha said. The Brazilian scored a winner in that game against Los Che, even causing a nuisance to the Valencia defenders with his craft and pace. A win for Barcelona in the upcoming game against Athletic Club and another next week against Real Madrid could go a long way in helping Barca gain a sizable lead at the top of the table and move one step closer to securing the La Liga title. Raphinha, though, is not thinking so far ahead. He said, "I try not to think that La Liga will be done after these 2 games. We have to have a head to know that there are more games we depend, you know." Meanwhile, the Brazilian international revealed that he sought psychological help for 3 years and urged footballers to seek help, especially in his day and age of football. He said, "3 years ago, I started psychological treatment before I saw that was something for crazy people. But seeing how important it is for a soccer player and a professional, I took the step. I have been seeing a psychologist for years. I see it as very important." Raphinha was also asked about the prospect of playing on the left line, while the forward did admit he hasn't played in that position for a very long time. He suggested that he would be prepared to play even as a goalkeeper as long as it helps the whole team. He said, "I haven't played on the left for a long time, almost 5 years ago. I adapted to playing on the right and I like playing there better. The problem is that when you arrive at a new club, it is important to play in your place to adapt and play well. But I spoke with a coach, and if he puts me on the left, I want to continue helping, as if he put me as a goalkeeper." Opening up on his equation with Ousmane Dembele, Raphinha said, "Ousmane is one of the players I get on best with in the dressing room. Competition is normal. One has to play and the other doesn't, but when it's fair, you don't have to have enmity in the dressing room. I like the way he plays and as a person." Talking about a player who surprised him the most at Barcelona, the ex-Leeds United player picked Pablo Gavi. He said, "Because of his size and age and quality, Gavi, because of the attitude he has on the field, because he's so small but he doesn't care who he faces. I'm very surprised. Many of the players have surprised me. They have a lot of quality." On his personal targets for the season, the Brazilian said, "I am never satisfied. At the beginning of the season, I set a target of 10 goals and 10 assists. And if I get there, I go up to 5 more goals and 5 more assists. Now, I'm close to my first target, but with 8 goals and 9 assists, so I'm still not satisfied. So nice words there from Raphinha, who have been improving lately as compared to the first half of the season, which he was not really up in his level, like he was not playing that well as many would have expected. But I think Raphinha is gradually gaining ground and gaining momentum on the way he plays and getting used to the environment. Of course, it was not easy for Raphinha because there was a time that manager Xavi will even bench him just because of a loss of form. And we can see how determined Raphinha is, and also setting a target for himself. It shows how motivated this guy is and how he really wants to succeed at Barcelona. So now he's already having 8 goals and 9 assists, and definitely his targets that he initially set before the start of the season is definitely, in fact, it will happen. It will even cross the target, you know. So nice words there from Raphinha, and we hope that he continues to improve his game as time moves on. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona, in their pursuit of a defensive midfielder, have turned their attention towards South America. Previously, it was reported that Boca Juniors' Alan Valera was on the radar for the summer, with Newcastle United ready to rival the Catalans. Now, Barca are considering signing Uruguayan midfielder Fabricio Diaz to replace Sergio Busquets. A defensive midfielder by trade, the 20-year-old is a versatile option in the center of the park and can also operate as a number 8. The Blaugrana really like Fabricio and will need to shell out around 7 million euros for his signature. However, as per Mundo Deportivo, they face competition from Villarreal, River Plate, Flamengo and Girona. As of now, the news suggests that River Plate and Flamengo are the best placed sides to sign the midfielder. Villarreal and Girona have also inquired about the services along with Barcelona. Fabricio is not Barcelona's first choice to reinforce the defensive midfield. However, they have their eyes set on certain Martin Zubimendi. Unfortunately, the Spaniard recently renewed his contract, and any interested party will have to table his release clause as an offer, which currently sits at 60 million euros. Elsewhere, Ruben Neves also seems to be on Barca's agenda, with President Joan Laporta a big fan of the Portuguese sensation. Xavi, on the other hand, does not believe that the Wolverhampton Wanderers' man can operate as an anchor and would work best as part of a double pivot. That said, even Neves could end up costing Barca nearly 50 million, given his demand in the Premier League coupled with his impressive form this season. As such, Fabrizio serves as a low budget, high reward option for Barca if they can fend off the interest of the other clubs in the race. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.